Mike, you've got deer, cattle, and you've had a few sheep at Wakare. How good's the fit between the deer and the cattle?
Well, we think it's pretty good. We've only had the just the deer and the cattle now for 2 years. Sheep we had beforehand. We're moving towards a long-term aim with the breeding stock, deer and cattle on a 50-50 basis, meaning that and finishing the young stock, which means that we'll still have more cattle, but wintering blocks, the hill blocks, will be run on a 50-50 basis. Cattle demand is quite high quite early in the spring. Deer demand is really high sort of later in the summer on the hill, and then we've got to look after deer particularly in the autumn because that's when they breed, whereas cattle breed during the summertime, so they both fit quite well. We can sort of manage and alternate between the blocks and keep the best feed quality in front of the right animals at the right time.
There's always things you can do better. With the deer, what are the areas that you're wanting to really target?
Oh, lots of things really. We need to get reproduction rates, in-calf rates higher. We need to retain those calves having got the hinds in calf, produce a live calf on the ground and then grow it really quickly. First things first, you've got to get the thing on the ground. We've
been talking about EID today. Now you've been using it in cattle for a few years.
We can compare to previous years so we know exactly how we're performing on a monthly basis in comparison to previous years. So making allowances for climate variation from year to year, we're making some very good comparisons and finding that, and also with the young stock that we're bringing through from our own breeding, we are making some quite quick progress on some of the performance traits.
Any problems at all? Any practical difficulties?
No, early on there were a few major difficulties with tag reading and stuff like that, but we've got over that. We've learned how to tag them properly and use the tags properly. As I think probably everybody has to go through that sort of thing.
So with NAIT obviously already introduced for cattle, it's coming in for deer from March 2013. Now you've already started NAIT tagging your deer as well?
Yes, we started NAIT tagging deer this last year, and that seems to be working fine, and actually they're registered with NAIT as of Sunday night. You
talked about a whole lot of areas there where you want to improve productivity with the deer. How do you see the EID helping you with that?
Setting a line in the sand, and then you know if you've gone forwards or backwards really from year to year. We're comparing this year's calves to next year's calves and looking backwards as well. We're measuring absolute progress, and once we know which way we're going, you can then take action to improve it, adjust it and what have you.
Will it change your sort of stock handling routines at all? Will you be getting stock in more often to measure, to weigh and that sort of thing?
Yes, some of them we will more often, and others probably not. So it'd be some and some. The mixed age hinds will probably leave them as much as they are at the moment, but with the young stock we'll move them through the yards probably more often, particularly as I think we shall go forward the females as well.
Just to finish off, do you think the investment will pay for itself?
Probably already has.